Alright, for all intents and purposes this should work, so we're going to try and watch your demo, see what you do. I'm going to take up the demo UI and put it right here so I can pause and show things when I want to. Yeah, okay, map works. Dope. So pistol round, let's see what you buy. You go for the armor buy, which is pretty typical. That's what you should expect your teammates to do. Let me just take a look at the tab. You have 2 teammates saving. Obviously, you shouldn't be doing this, but that's kind of out of your control. And one guy already has a revolver, so this is pretty much your typical matchmaking game. So I like how you're holding this angle. You're kind of looking the middle of nowhere there, but I would kind of prefer if, yeah, you kind of peek around like that, but a bit better. But obviously that's the right idea. You see 1, you see 2, you see 3, and that's where you should just fall back. We're gonna pause it. So you saw 1, 2, 3 here. You were here, and let's look where your teammates are at. You have a teammate rotating and a teammate rotating, and you have a teammate on site, and one of your teammates died. So what I would have preferred you to do is to see these guys, obviously you did, maybe go for one shot. There was a guy right around here, and the guy around here, like a guy around here if I recall. Maybe just try to shoot this guy, and if it doesn't work, just fall back on site. And I would have preferred you to fall back on site like you are here. This is a bit of awkward animation on your gun, but like fall back to this area of the site a lot earlier. Now I don't know the calls you were getting. If maybe they were calling, oh, one's up cat. Maybe they weren't. If they're calling one's up cat, you probably should have went back to site a bit earlier just to focus on the cat guy and just say, I saw 3 long. Then you guys rotate. And maybe make clear that you didn't see bomb, obviously. Bomb is probably going to come around if there's 3 people long, and if one of the mid guys heard a guy cat, that's 4 people dedicated towards A. You should assume the bomb's coming and just retake B together if you need to. But that's a bit in-depth. What we really should take away from this is as soon as you spot 3 of them, which you did, just fall back on site and call for rotates. Let's go back into this demo. You get a nice little shot on the guy cat. That's a bit risky. This is, oh my, I don't like this at all. Okay, I don't want to. I have to unopen the demo UI because CSGO demo watching is awful. Anyway, you were here on cat, and your teammates were here, and they were crossing this ramp. Now, you weren't looking here. You were not looking at ramp, which is fine. That's not the issue I have. The issue I have is you weren't looking at ramp, and you decided to cross here with 17 HP. This is how you pretty much put your teammates at a disadvantage on the 2-on-3, because you're let's be real, you're kind of lucky that you survived. There's no real skill. You didn't outskill them by beating them all. You just kind of jumped and they didn't shoot at you. And you didn't know if they were crossing or not. They could be crossing. I would have preferred for you, let's see, because I can draw here. I would have preferred for you to stay here. And just hide there, kind of. They might know you're there, but that's where your teammates try to bail them out while they're looking, I can't draw, but like they're looking on site to here, and then your teammates come up cat, and they kind of just shoot at the dudes on site, and then you can push out and maybe like 2-on-1, one of the guys or whatever, because one of them is still long. So I'd much rather prefer you to play it a lot safer than jumping to meet with your teammates. Obviously, I don't know the calls. Okay, so you're kind of falling back. I guess you're watching the flank here? No, you're flanking from long. I wouldn't do it, but it makes sense because the bomb hasn't been planted, so it's not like you're risking too much time. None of your teammates have a kit, so I probably wouldn't do it. So, pretty smart. You're aware maybe there's a dude long, and you see him. Okay, and you get kind of wrecked. Let's go switch up who we're watching. I don't want to waste too much time, so we're going to go on to one of the T's here. Why not? Let's actually see how your teammate plays this out. Okay, he dies. Never mind. Back on you. Here, I think you should force buy unless you want to op. Your teammate seems to just kind of be buying pistols. Yeah, I don't think you should full save necessarily, but it's kind of a fair choice. I just think if your teammates buy, you should buy, but you decide to full save. That's a bit of a questionable choice, but most people will tell you should force buy after you lose. I don't know if you're just gonna permanently stay hiding here. I don't like this spot. I can understand why you're doing it, I guess, because you have nothing, so you kind of have to get a knife out if you want to kill. But I'd much rather prefer if you played with your teammates or something. Like I like this, for example. Okay, I wish you would peek with him, because then he'll only kill one of you probably, and you could try to trade one of the guys and get a gun. You don't know what they bought. For example, this dude bought an arrow. Yeah, I would have much rather you be peeking with him, holding that angle with him, so you kind of get one of the kills there for sure, and maybe take his revolver. And you don't know he has a revolver. Maybe he had a better gun. So they're planning B. I think you should go for it. I think you know you should go for it. There's nothing here to save. I'll just go for an exit maybe. There, yeah. So nothing notable. There's not really any big mistakes other than you should probably be trying to trade with your teammates. Probably try to hold with your teammates on an eco because your teammate isn't likely to get a one-on-one kill there, despite how broken the 5-7 may be. Oh, come on, dude. Come on. Despite how broken the 5-7 may be, let me just pause this so I can articulate my point better. You probably just want to hold that angle with him, because if he pops up, he's gonna kill one of you probably, if it's a one-on-one. If it's a one-on-two, he could kill both of you, but not with a revolver, but you didn't know he had a revolver. And you probably could have just killed, you know, got him and do some economic damage. Especially because he didn't have head armor, so you could have, like, one-tapped him with the USBS, if you're lucky. Let's see what you do here. With your economic decision, let's look at what your team's doing. I can't really because demo UI is broken. You're all around 3k. I think it's fair to get pistols here. Yeah, you got a P250. I would actually invest a bit more. I don't know how well you have a grasp of the economy. I don't know how well I had it when I was in Nova, but you kind of just want to get like armor P250, honestly, in this round, where you get to like 2.8, 2.5k, and you could buy the round after. Get your pistol out, yeah. Don't stop aiming at the ground. Why? With they're not. The enemies aren't gonna levitate off the ground. I'm sure you know it, but it's a bit harder to put into practice. That's where things like deathmatch, where you can build habits and not get burnt for having bad habits, kind of come into play. You see one of them, and you kind of go back to hiding. I like it. You dink him. I would take the fight. You didn't see a single other person there, but that pre-fire is smart. That's some smart pre-fire. You don't even have to aim at the face there because I dinked him. I dinked him. Let's just pre-fire. If he's still holding it, he's dead. And then you see your teammate gets the kill. Okay. Gun animations are great in demos. You kind of look for his gun, you don't find it, and your teammates are winning this. Yeah, that's pretty well played. I would have, you know, preferred your crosshair placement to be better, and I think as soon as you dinked him, maybe it's a bit over-aggressive, but I would have preferred you to go, because he didn't see another person with him, so let's just try to get this pick and set up my teammates better. Obviously, it didn't really matter in the end. So you pick up a gun. Cool. Okay, so we're switching up your location. I don't know if you're going to play B or mid here. Something I'm going to talk about, though, if I could pull up the map so I can maybe illustrate this better. Your nades. You don't have any, and you have this much money left. You don't need this much money left over. Trust me. Like, this isn't going to help you, really. Like, it's obviously better to have more money, but your nades are going to be a lot more valuable. I don't know if you're playing B or mid. I think both are pretty important to have nades, but if you're playing B, you definitely need to pick up some nades, man. Especially when you have 5.3k. So just keep that in mind. I'm not gonna say maybe you have the best knowledge on how to use nades. Maybe you're like, I don't really know how to use nades, so I'm not gonna buy them. So I think you should need to buy them just to practice with them and maybe go into offline servers, find ones that work. But in general, like most nades that work are like straightforward. For example, smoking B tunnels is pretty useful on the CT side because you see the enemies before they see you if they're coming out of smoke. It makes it awkward. It delays things. So those are kind of straightforward. I don't know if you're playing B though, so let's see how this unfolds. Wait, did you buy it? No, you didn't buy it. Okay. So, you were playing B. Again, get nades. Your teammate might pre-nade B. Yep, it looks like he does. Your teammate does pre-nade B. But you want to nade it after after his smoke fades out, and if the round's still going. Let me articulate. You want to just re-smoke it. You just delay the T's longer, unless obviously you have to rotate whatever, which you probably will after bomb being long. You want to just re-smoke it. Delay T's more. Delaying T's is pretty much always going to help you out because they may be trying to set up their utility. They may be looking for a pick. And if you can deny that for long enough, it puts them under pressure. And once they're under pressure, they're going to be a bit more hasty, maybe commit to a site that they shouldn't, maybe make more mistakes in checking corners. And that's where nades, like, it kind of just devolves into how nades just really impacts around. So I'm sure you know that. So I'm just going to say probably buy nades when you have 5.3k as a CT. No mistakes are being made right now. I'm gonna be real. I didn't mean to unpause. I wish I could draw without having to get rid of this. I'm gonna just try and use my cursor on this map. I would have preferred one of your teammates here. I don't know where this guy is at, and I understand he could be mid. I would prefer, because I'm assuming maybe he hears this guy, for one of you guys B to play window and maybe just kind of spot if this guy goes mid to B. Actually, I'm going to just take it out, right? Um, Let me try to put it this way. If this guy goes out and gets the kill here, it's what? It's a 2 on basically either 1 or 2. And what I mean by that is after he gets this kill, let's take him out of the equation. They could split A, which is pretty risky because they can be shot from B, right? So I don't think they should do that. But he could get this kill and then just go up cat and make it, and they could split A like this, and you're kind of powerless. You can't really shoot the guy up cat from CT. And the guy up long can try to get the pick A, and maybe get the guy long. They don't have smokes for cross, sure, that's viable. But then they could still get the plant. So I would prefer if one of your teammates, maybe you have the FG. Well, this Hound's, no. Okay. So you just play window, and your guy mid, you can try to help him if he goes out mid. Now, if he gets the kill and goes up cat, you can't do really anything about it, but you can spot it. Maybe C, because if he gets the kill and you're still on B, you don't know if he's going out mid to B or if he's going cat. So it's probably just better to be backing up your teammate. Though I know you can say like you don't know if there's a guy tunnels, but there's the bomb, or maybe you didn't spot it, but there's a guy mid, right? And like, yeah, I mean that's fair, but it's maybe hindsight, so I can understand what you're doing here. But honestly, I have no idea how the calls are working. I can't really determine what's happening with your rotations because I don't have like what you're saying. I just pressed the back button because I'm really dumb. Okay. Okay. Demo watching in CSGO's a trip. Let's see what the T's do here, though. Okay, so the T gets a pick, and this is what I mean. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean, and that's what your team did actually well. Sorry for going in a bit too much in this, but your teammates had 2 people at mid. I don't know. I guess the long guy went back and went this way. I'm gonna assume that's what happened. And you were able to trade the guy mid, and that's kind of what I would like, except when the long guys being the B players. No, wait, I'm wrong. Okay, the long guy I think died. One of the B players went mid, and the mid player, and the B player traded the mid player, and the long guy died and got long control. But the bomb, I don't know if you knew the bomb was there, but maybe you're a bit lucky that you found the bomb, and the guy A has to take the bomb. Let's see how this unfolds. Okay, spotting CT. Yep, he could spawn drop. That's a good idea. Maybe get a bit closer to your teammate and spot CT. Yeah, like this. Well, you're spotting cat, which, yeah, you're trading him. Okay, so you hear the guy cat. You're trained on cat, and your teammate gets a kill. Why is my FPS so bad? What? No, it's not. It's just really choppy for some reason. Maybe it's a demo. I don't know. And this round you do get nades, so I don't know what's going through here, but yeah, I like this. Your nade selection isn't going to burn you that big. Obviously, maybe an incendiary would be better than an HE, but those aren't crippling things in pretty much any rank. And you're taking long. Now, I don't know how you're going to play it, but I really wouldn't like to peek long because you were a bit delayed in spawn. Well, we're going to see how you play it, and if you do peek long, I'll talk more about it. And you don't peek long, so my point's going to be invalid. But you don't want to really peek long if you're delayed, just because T's can get good spawns and flash you and just get an easy kill. So you generally want to play long, maybe more off spawns. I'm just saying this because nothing else is happening. And the T's have an AFK, so they may try to stall here. Nope, looks like they're out mid. And one of them gets picked off. And you're just kind of spotting cat, it looks like, because they're mid, and now you drop down to CT because your teammates are like so many of them mid to B, and now you can just go hunting. Now they're probably going to call you out as a B split, whatever. Nothing crazy. No mistakes really being made. I wouldn't have no scope there, I'm going to be real. But now you saw, yeah, this is where you kind of don't want to shoot there. It's a bit too risky, especially because, are you alone here? I guess you have a guy CT, but it's a bit risky just because they can just jump out as soon as they hear your shot, make you jump with a pistol. I don't know who's here, but this guy could just like jump out with the CZ, this guy could jump out with the Tech 9 and kind of kill you a bit easier than he should. And that's not saying I have an issue with spamming down mid doors. Like spamming down mid doors, okay, that happens all the time. But when you know he's that close, because you did see him jump really close, that's where I wouldn't spam, especially if it was called there on an eco, because then they have like pistols that just are unfair close range. Yeah, what is this spot? Dude, get closer to your teammate, man. Trade with him. Obviously he got the kill because it was an eco, but still, you really want to be with your teammate there. I understand the op's probably not the best close range, but you just want to be with your teammate so you can get the kill if your teammate dies. You have the man advantage, so that should always be your priority. And your teammate gets a kill over at B, so it's a pretty clean round for you guys. Nice job. Your C's have really good B spawns, I'm just going to say that. I don't know if they go B this round at all, but they do have good B spawns. And you're dropping rifles for ops. Okay, so you're given the AK. Let's see how you deal with it. And you're going A again. Let's see. Do you... No. You are going... Okay, so you realize, like, one of the B players is AFK, so you start taking B. Yeah, I take your pistol out here just because if they rushed B, you're kind of toast and you want a weapon out, but they didn't rush B. Flash in, you push upper. Going for T-spawn here. Okay, as a B player that's done this a lot, I'm going to give you my thoughts on pushing T-spawn and pushing lower. So it depends a lot on like the situation, but assuming your teammates have called their up cat, I'd actually push lower here. Just because I wish I could pull up the map without making things super delayed, but I'd push lower here because, okay, this guy's here. But you don't know that, right? They smoked off mid, but I think they didn't smoke Xbox, I don't think. So I think your teammates can still kind of spot, like, not really see them accurately, but still see if they go up cat. So you can just try to, like, flank. I'd do that, honestly. Not much to say other than that. I'd rather go for that flank because it's quicker and you don't... But let's see how this pays off. So you check T-spawn, now you're going to run with your knife out. I have said that like you're running with your knife out maybe too much, but here it makes sense. You need to flank quickly, especially if you're going T-spawn. Let's see, are you going to go long? Yeah, this is what I mean. It might have changed the round, frankly, if you got lower and... now you're going to save it, I imagine. So I'm going to be free to try to... If you went lower, maybe you could trade with your teammates mid, maybe get some kills and make like a 3-on-3 retake, which isn't likely for you to win. I don't know how good this kill is because it doesn't really matter, no offense. But, oh, okay, that was a mistake, though. Why would you even peek mid there? Now, this is the thing I see at, like, high ranks, too. People, when you're saving, why were you there? Why were you mid? Because they're hunting. They know you're saving. That's your answer. That's the answer to your question. They're hunting because they were saving. Because they knew you were saving, because it's like a 1-on-4. But even in higher ranks, people, like, often get way too greedy when they're saving. They just, like, peek way too much. So that's not going to, like, cost you, but that's just something you should keep in mind. Yep, he plays basketball. That's pretty accurate. I think NBK is the best French... Oh my god, you let your teammate just die there, dude. You just watched him. Let's talk about that, though. Because that's a bit of a joke, but in all seriousness, when you're playing long, you want to play it together. Especially if your teammate's going to go push long, like, actually push into long and peek the doors. You kind of want to... It's a two-man operation. I know there's a Warl video, I think, where he says, like, yo, you can pop flash and do it yourself. Still, do it with two people. Have one of your teammates flash you in. It's not a crazy pop flash. I can show you an offline server. It's not like a crazy technique pop flash. You just like throw it over the door or over the like fence, and your teammate crosses the pit while you just make sure he doesn't die, and then you just fall back to the car in your teammate's pit, which is a lot easier to solo hold long. Anyway, T's have long and you're on site. And you don't know if anyone's cat, so you kind of have to watch both angles, and that's why A-splits are so good, but that's not the point right now. That's what we do. Okay, you see a guy long, you get one kill, it's a nice kill, and you get flashed, and then traded. So that's just a nice job of trading by the T's. You kind of... I mean, it's not really that dumb, is it? Let's talk about that. That's not too dumb at all. They went out long, 5-man pushed it. I guess you could call it a rush, but rushing long is not crazy. Now, I didn't see what happened to your teammate, but I'd imagine he might have get flashed or just gone way too flashed by like a bajillion flashes. Someone who's played long a bit too. It's the worst when you're trying to molly long and you just get flashed 80 times and then you die. But that's why you need two people, so one can flash over, so if the T's rush it, they get blind, and okay, you kind of save your teammate, and they don't get a kill, they just get long control because then your teammate falls off. And that's just a way of playing it safe. Your teammate, like, you flash him over, he can play pit, and then he can kill a guy, maybe two from pit, and then you can, like, trade with him as they're focusing on pit. But yeah, that's not a dumb play at all, especially if they flashed over. That's, you know, that's decent. I'm kind of just watching a corpse, which is not the best. I like it. Oh, maybe I delved a bit too deep into your chat. What is that cross mode? Come on, Tease, you can do better. Let's see how they play this post plant. It's a 2-on-4. I'm not watching the action, but that's a kill CT. Again, I'd prefer if this Brew dude just kind of peeks CT with him. What a flash, dude. Is this a real game? Is this a pro game right now? Anyway, I prefer if these two guys just traded the guy CT instead of that guy trying to solo it. And now they're hunting the guy who's saving. Let's see how he saves it. He has an op, so you really should focus on saving. Don't scope in, dude. Oh, that's gross. The scope in was bad. I'd prefer if he went T-spawn. Trying to get over exits is understandable, but he whiffed, so that's not necessarily his fault. Let's go back to you, though. I'm missing out on the chat. Okay, you smoke mid. That, I don't know if that's a good mid smoke. Maybe it is. I haven't smoked mid often. Here, it's a bit awkward because when yep, they do flash long. Okay, so when you flash long, what you want to do, I went over it, but especially if you flash long, you want to flash over. Oh god, this is a bit awkward, but okay. We're gonna pull off where you could flash. Hopefully you'll see it. Here, like there's a little hole in this like top wall, and you flash like over. And then your dude crosses the long, and you throw the flash. I'm not saying you, but like your teammate, whatever, like whoever's holding long. You throw the flash while your teammate walks over, like crosses over, like kind of turned around so he doesn't get blind from this flash. And if the T's push aggressively, they get blind so your teammate can get to pit with some time and with some safety. It doesn't work all the time, but it's a lot better than just dry running it. Okay, 5-7s are broken. Not much to talk about. I would maybe not. Yeah, when you don't have Kevlar, I wouldn't peek there the second time because you have teammates very close nearby. So what your teammate should do is, okay, let's distract them, and then like you can peek while they're firing at your teammates. If you just peek like that, well, they just saw you. They're watching that. And your teammate, like, you're kind of putting the pressure on your teammate to trade. And why I don't like that, instead of the teammate putting pressure on you, is because your teammate has armor. So I'd much rather if the teammate, like, pushes first, and then you could trade that, than if you just die, like, just by peeking. And your teammates were a bit out of position when you died, too. And they don't trade. Bludge kind of goes ham there. I wouldn't expect that normally. Let's see what... Yeah, I got a very quick round. Good idea, though. When you're on an eco, you maybe want to stack long. I don't know. I think some of your teammates might have full bot, though. I saw, like, P90 armors. Steel Series makes you look like a hacker. Woo, got him. Steel Series is actually not that good. Yeah. I've heard that about Steel Series, though. Just off topic, I've heard, like, the Steel Series, I think, is like the Kinzu. Like, they're just a bit unreliable mouses, but mice, whatever. But, you know, I've heard that. I'm scared I'm gonna get Overwatch banned from it. Yeah, I have seen like some weird flicks that are like, whoa, but nothing that's like I'd get you hacked for. I'm not having X-ray on, by the way, because I'm not a fan. So you're playing mid. That's a useless flash. Wait, no, is that a decoy? Never mind. I lied. I got fake flashed by a demo. Okay, your teammate dies long. Why are you going B? Are you saving? Oh, it's one smoke. One smoke was thrown. Okay, never mind. Understandable. This is what your teammate's doing wrong. Why is he pushing into long? Just hide on A site. Maybe he's hiding on A site and I'm not seeing it. I'm just being rude. But just hide. Just play like cat and hear if they're planting, and then your teammates can rotate. Especially if like you're calling like one smoke B. We're gonna stay on B and see if that long was a fake. Well, okay, this dude is just gonna spot if it's a fake and not really go for kills as much as he's going for info. And you guys are the ones who are actually holding. This guy's just kind of playing for retake. But on that, both sites on Dust 2 are actually pretty hard to retake. But B's harder, so I understand this play. And it does work out because the bomb's in tunnels, so you get a bit lucky or a good read there. Did he get killed from smoke? If not, you got killed from tunnels, and that was like a scope in. You'd like spamming smokes. I don't know what to say there. Not the biggest mistake. He spammed through a smoke, and he just got kind of wrecked from it. Let's see how Fiji holds this, because he doesn't really have a way to save, so we're just going to move on Fiji, and then we're going to restart the demo. He has, like, the worst M4 for solo holding, and I know there's two, but you prefer that. You really, yeah, he has no ammo. You really prefer that extra ammo when you're solo holding a site like he is right now. Not that he intended to solo hold, because he had, like, two other teammates here. Yeah, that looks a bit weird, but the op, like when he, because there was a gap in that smoke, obviously, because he bounces it off the wall. Let's just show it. He bounced it off the wall, so it like lands here, and then there's a gap here. And the gap is like, okay, I can see them through the gap with the M4, but when you have the op like double scoped in, especially when you're pre-aimed on the headshot box, where many oppers will be pre-aimed, it's understandable that he saw you. Flicks the window for no reason. Okay, I like this from the T's. They know ace clear, they know the last guy's on B, and they're not going to say we're going to hunt for the kill. They just play it safe. Let's see, does your teammate retake here? Let's see where your money's at, and I'm going to see if it's good to retake. You have a good loss bonus, and two of you have a lot of money, but I'd save. He has a kit though, so, I mean, it's an okay decision. I wouldn't call it the best decision though. He's getting shot at, and yep, he's like, nope, and he gets out. Smart. Please don't go CT and go for it. That's a way dumber decision. I gave you credit. Does he lag here? No, he's just holding. Okay. He's going for exits, which is understandable. I'd much rather he just full saved, because you do need the extra weapon with the money you're having, I think. But going for exits isn't, like, crazy. He hears the guy mid. Don't engage him, dude. Just run. Just get out. This is what I mean when people are too greedy. You're not getting the instant exits. Just run far away. Go to T-spawn. That you don't need to hold here. If he peeks after time, that's like my ultimate trigger thing. Like when you peek after time, like this for like no reason, he gets the kill, but you're not trying to get kills here. You're just trying to save a gun. So just save the gun. Come on. Anyway, back to you. So you're doing an eco. Why is okay? There we go. We should be good. Don't do this. Are you with K? Because you want to buy when your teammates are buying. Okay, you're AFK. Nope, you're here. And you can still buy before 130. So yeah, you get the 1 deagle. I would have preferred the body. Well, after your teammates die, actually it makes sense to eco. Never mind. Don't run with your back turn, but I'm sure you know it. I'm sure you're just like for the XDs because, you know, you're saving. The deagle shotgun comes into play and you get a kill. Your holy Jesus, the T's do a really bad job of trading there. Let's just talk about that because that's an awful play by the T's. You kind of peek, you got a kill. The T couldn't trade behind him for some reason, but then you just have to push and kill him. Like, you just have to push as a T there and kill you. Because, like, what's, like, just trade, dude. You just have to trade a lot easier and faster for the T's, not you, but... Now, you eco'd, but your rest of your team didn't, so this is kind of fragmented buy. Let's see if you buy here. You should definitely pistol armor, though. Nope, you're buying. I'm not a fan. I mean, if we look at the T's buy, it may make some more sense because this guy's a CZ for no reason. Why would you even use whatever? But you don't need to get full head armor here. Just because they won like a bunch of rounds in a row. So there's no real need for you to get full head armor. Let's see what the score is like. Let's see if I'm judging you fairly. You're 5-7 and your team is losing 3-7. Now, I'm going to talk about what I think about this because your score does matter. But when you're losing 3-7 and like your scores are so close, it really doesn't matter, especially because you're changing up your role every time. So I wouldn't really call this your fault. I don't think you're playing that bad. You are making some mistakes, like I'm saying, but I don't see anything that's like costing you to lose a round. Other than that, you know, when I said like you should have pushed lower instead of T-spawn, I think that was a bit of a game sense error on your part, especially because you knew they were mid. I would have preferred you to go lower so you could trade with your teammates easier, and that might have cost you guys a round. But I don't think that's like, I don't see any crippling mistakes. Your crosshair placement's pretty decent for Gold Nova, but sometimes you're caught aiming at the floor. I like the spot. You're trading with your Sandstorm teammate. Sandstorm shouldn't push up, especially that range with the MP9s, just kind of asking to get wrecked. But I like that spot. I like that spot a lot more than what you're doing now. Yeah. You should have been kind of scoped there, just to trade. You see the MP9 guy. Your MP9 guy kind of goes close. He's kind of the bait in this situation, and he might get a kill out of being the bait, but he's Don't get that wrong. He stole the bait, and you're kind of scoped in, and you're just watching, okay, the T's push, he might get a kill close range, it's SMGs. Then one of the T's goes, okay, we're going to trade this guy. We can't let him kill, like, more people or let him get away. Let's trade him. And they push, and that's where you come into play and get the kill with the y'all. Obviously, he gets, like, 2 kills there, and they find the bomb, so it doesn't cost you the round, I'd imagine, but just something I noticed. And this guy dies pretty quickly, so it doesn't cost you the round at all. I'm really tempted to go get something to drink while this demo plays, but you get a P90 drop. So let's see how you play this, because this is a situation you have not been presented with. Well, if you take the op, you still won't be presented with. But you've been using rifles and the rifles like deagles and ops and like SGs. So just rifles and pistols pretty much. I haven't seen you been dropped a P90. Let's see if you switch how you play when you get a close range gun like the 5.7 and P90R. And stop buying head armor, man. Just buy your body armor. Just save some extra money here. And I know you're saying, well, why didn't you tell me to save money on that gun round where you had 5.3k? Well, first off, you have 5.3k, so you don't really, like, you have so much money, you don't need to save all of that. But next off, this is just unnecessary. Nades are pretty necessary. This is not. Obviously, this guy has a CZ because he's, like, brain dead or he's smurfing. But you don't, like, that's not what you should be relying or expecting. So you're kind of walking backwards on A, cool kid. Okay, it doesn't look like you're going to change how you play, unless you play close cat, which I would like. No, I like this. You're playing close CT, but that's a bit too passive, and you're watching cat. What is the P90 going to do from there? That is so far away. The P90 is just not effective. You'd rather have, for the price of a P90, I understand it was dropped, but you'd rather have like a UMP or an MP7. Those guns, I'm not going to say they're the best long-range guns by any extent in the imagination, but at least you can kind of control them or, like, burst them. The P90, if you burst it, it just kind of goes everywhere, and it's not reliable long-range. Anyway, your teammate gets picked long. Do you push aggressively? I think you should here. It's actually a 4-on-4. I don't know. I think both are viable just because you have the P90. If you have an M4, definitely playing passively here is the smarter decision. But do you have it? If this guy is cat and not CT, I'm okay with this. Let's delve a bit more in depth. Oops, wrong button. Anyway, if this guy is cat and he has your cat, then I understand playing here because it's a 4-on-4 and your teammate's just pushed into tunnels and he sees uppers clear. So you can kind of wait for this teammate to be like, all right, guys, can you guys just chill out on A site? We're going to try and flank and just get more info. And by chilling out on A site, yeah, holding here so like, okay, if the long guy's pushed by ramp, I'm going to get him or get the info. And I can't get killed from cat without this guy dying because he's going to be on cat. And this guy is just kind of like, okay, if they go mid to B, this is a decent setup, I think. If they go mid to B, then I've got that on lockdown. If I'm going to be flanking, I'm going to be the guy. This guy has a bit of responsibility. I'm going to be the guy trying to make a play. I'm the guy just holding long. I'm the guy just holding cat. On the T side, because, hey, you know, this can apply to you. This is a mess. This is a mess on T side. Why is bomb all alone pushed up? If we look at this without the bomb, right? If we just ignore the bomb here, he looks like the guy who's gonna make the play. Okay, hey guys, I'm gonna push mid and try to get a kill or get info, and we're gonna play off that. But he has bomb. You shouldn't be pushing anywhere first with bomb. This guy should have bomb. This guy should, yeah. If the bomb was here, this guy could push mid, and I'd like that. I don't know what nades he has. Let's take a look. Land Walrus. I don't see him here for some reason. But it has to be Blug. He has a smoke. Okay, well this is just so silly. Drop bomb to this guy. Smoke CT. Right? So this will be smoked. This guy will have bomb. And you can kind of push mid and see, okay guys, maybe, I don't know if this guy's peeking door. Apologies for the long breakdown on not your mistakes, but I just wanted to comment on this. Okay, mid's clear. Let's regroup mid and maybe try to take B or something. And okay, this is maybe where Savage comes in and makes the play, but they're not expecting that. This guy should have bomb because he's kind of in a, I prefer if he was here, but he's kind of in a nice spot. Okay, this guy's going to make the play mid, and if we get mid, then I'll go mid with bomb. These guys are long, and if they make the play long, this guy's also a pretty key playmaker if he's entering. Which I'm not sure if he should. I'm pretty sure Blutch has an op, so I'd prefer if he peek first. But if these guys like maybe peek this part along, find no one's car, find no one's watching it from ramp, then okay, I'll bring bomb long and we'll take A control. So the bomb being this pushed up is a pretty big mistake, and I would not be surprised if this costs them. And we're gonna change to crosshair, don't worry. Sorry, this is a bit silly. Yeah. Okay, so the bomb has escaped, it looks like, and the long guys have died, and the guy mid has gotten a kill. Again, he should be with his teammate, and I'd prefer if the bomb isn't the one pushing. It pays off, but it's kind of back to don't justify a bad play because it works. Just run. There's no point in flashing here. If this guy kills you through the smoke, it's gonna be because of spam. If you flash him and he kills you through the flash, it's gonna be because of spam. I understand you want to flash through that smoke in the gap, but then there's better ways to flash it. But whatever. We're gonna go back to you. And sorry, I'm just gonna get rid of this, and we're gonna just go back to this crosshair. So you're retaking B. You know it's not A because you heard nothing A, and the P90 is a decent gun to retake. Okay, I don't like this at all. You know it's a one-on-one, so okay, maybe the op's a bit more better in that situation where you know it's a one-on-one retake, because the op's biggest drawback in a retake is often gonna be commented on being like, okay, you get one kill, but then you're so vulnerable to being traded, and on retakes, being traded is a win to the T's. But still, the P90 is just so... The op still has so many weaknesses to retake with, and that you can only focus on one spot. And, well, okay, you're looking at one spot that you have to worry about on a retake, but if he's in another spot, you're kind of dead. You have no, like, way to flick to that, unless you're, like, an op god or have really high sense, which I don't know if you do. But I'd stick with the P90 here. Let's see how you play it out anyway. Maybe you go for an initial peek, and then you switch to the P90. Okay. Oh, my god, that is lucky. And that's disgusting, and that's good. Stick it. Yeah, this is good. Stick it. Smart. I don't think you even need to smoke it because you know he's so far away. Good job. I don't think anyone should make this mistake, but I don't know. I might have seen it, but just like if you ever fake, don't ever fake there, and you didn't, so good on you. I'd go for the pick here just because it's after time. Yeah, just hide after you see that. You know, I'm sure your teammates are saying you great clutch, man. Good job. Whatever. That's a pretty key round, especially because you were down in numbers. So that's a pretty key clutch to win. That kind of sets your team on a bigger way to kind of come back into the half. And let's see if they do it. Why is this blood guy only using the CZ? That's not smart. Okay, so you have a guy car. You're just kind of running out with your knife at long. I'm not saying it's going to happen all the time, but if they run out long, you're going to be kind of screwed because you're not even like peeking it, like going back and forth with your knife out. You're just kind of jumping around. Well, if they rush out long, your guy car, you're going to get killed because you have your knife out. You're dead meat. Then the dude car, he's going to be like, oh my god, so sorry, I'm going to trade you. And then there's like 3 people rushing out long. He's going to get traded car, and you've just given them a sight. So I don't like that play. But it's, you know, that's just game sense, not like really a play. So you're setting up a flash. I know this flash. It's decent. I haven't seen it work all the time. I'm assuming your teammate's saying, oh, I hear them long. And you flash once, and now you're flashing. This is the real flash. And you kind of have an awful spray there. You aim at his feet, but you get the kill down. And you saw another. You didn't see bomb. Your teammate dies, cat. Why? No, and why? Let's break down what you should do here. Here, you should not be peeking long. You should be focused on cat. Your teammate died from cat. And, okay, he didn't see bomb. I don't think he died seeing bomb. But he saw a guy up cat, and you don't know if that dude's gonna just run up Super Saiyan on you, and just, like, super run up, and you're gonna get, like, surrounded. So, what you probably want to do is play, like, hide. Hide in, like, one of the corners, CT, and just watch cat, like, elevator. Stay elevator and watch cat, and maybe peek long once in a while, and if you get killed from cat, that's just timing. But here, you're exposed to both angles, and you can't watch both at the same time, but I would not be surprised if you die from this op, so it kind of makes all what I'm saying a bit pointless, because you're gonna die to this op. You don't. Yeah, this is... Okay, I broke that down. Fortune teller. Let's see if he's just gonna go for this retake. He is. So yeah, you died from cat because you were just trying to watch too many things at once. Your teammate... Sure, you didn't know he was that close cat, but your teammate did die from cat, so you still have to kind of, like, pay attention to it. So just hide elevator, watch cat, and okay, if you hear them long, maybe you like peek around, but then you kind of also have to wait for your teammate to get up too. And if your teammate says like, oh, nothing up cat, then you could go back long, watch sight, whatever. Let's see how this guy does it. Oh my god, I just kind of vomited. He just wide peeked so much. He wide peeked ninja, he wide peeked barrels, and he wide peeked goose without even scoping in. And with an op, it's hard to retake, don't get me wrong, but you still, like, on cat, you can clear out so much methodically with an op. It's not like these 2 spots that you have to watch are in the same spot. You just clear them one by one. Anyway, he starts clearing out sight. He sees there's a guy sight. He should run. He should run. He should run. He should run. And he is smart. My throat hurts. I'm really gonna get water. I'm just gonna hope this guy saves well and for a long time. What is he doing? Run! Okay, I'm gonna get water. Save successfully. We're gonna go back to you guys should be kind of buying. I don't know. Is this the last round of half? No, it's not. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not. So you do a nice little semi-buy. I had to skip on the head armor here again, just because you're eco semi-buy. Okay, you're full buying. Your team is full buying. I don't understand what's happening. He didn't save successfully. I lied. I'd prefer if you kind of just got no head armor, just skimp on it here. Your teammates die, so you're being a bit more aggro cat, which makes sense on an eco. Kind of look at the logic. Okay, they're we're ecoing, so we're gonna have to play a bit unconventionally. So being more aggro cat makes sense. And maybe after they get B, you're like, okay, let's not try to retake it. Let's just try to get exits on these 3 guys long. Excuse me. And you may not know there's 3 guys long, but you just should hunt for exits here. I think after they get the post plant, you should just hunt for exits. Especially because, yeah, you don't know there's 3 guys long. So with this, like with a full radar, after they get the plant, I think you guys should go for the retake because it's a 3-on-2 for all intents and purposes. And you have a kid. This guy's a kid, so you can stick it. But without that context, I think you should just go for exits. Let's see what happens. They get the plant. I think, yeah, you should push mid here. There's really no point in hiding it. Oh my god, those taps. I would like to see him. But after those 2 kills long, you tried to retake B, which, yeah, may not add up necessarily. All the long guys get mopped up by this guy. And, okay, you're making this retake happen. You're sticking it, and you kind of let your teammate down, but it happens anyway. Nice job. That was a nice retake from Sandstorm, or from Hounds, really, and Sandstorm gets a nice little kill. You didn't really do anything there. I think you should have pushed mid earlier, especially after the kills long happen. Once the kills long happen, you're kind of like, well, okay, we should go for this. We need to make a play. If there's a guy mid, I may die, but, like, I have to get going. I have to get going a bit faster, because I think that's what you should be doing, honestly. But, last round of half. Let's see how this plays out. You've secured 6 rounds. This is going to make winning a pistol and then winning the next half a lot easier. You get an M4 for op going on. You get no armor. Okay, looks like you forgot to buy armor, I'm assuming. Just in case you didn't. Yep, okay, you did. Nice. But yeah, you should buy armor pretty much every buy round. Last round of half, so yeah. Just a little thing I noticed, you skip out on buying incendiaries a lot. I don't know if that's just cause, like, I don't like them. But I think, you know, they're pretty useful. I think you should buy them a bit more often. Especially, like, last round of half, where, okay, they may be overpriced, but it's last round of half. So your teammates get traded at long, it looks like. 1 for 1, then it's 2 for 1, and then it's 3 for 1, and yeah. That's a bit of a shame. And frankly, I can't even blame you for that. Because, you know, where you said, like, oh, you should have been watching Cat. Well, like, there's no real way to watch Cat there. Like, you're trying to retake long because they're, like, saying, oh my god, so many long. I keep dying from long. Try to retake long, 1 dude Cat. That's a shame. I guess this round's gonna take a while, so I'll watch. Let's see how this guy does it. This guy hasn't looked this good. Yeah, I guess he's second cracking. He gets killed, but yeah, going for it obviously last round of half. Yeah. T-pistol. Let's see what you buy. Armor. Yeah, armor's a solid choice. Lower ranks, I bought armor pretty much every round. It's a solid choice to get. rushing into B, you're kind of entering here, and you kind of spam, you see the smoke, and... Okay, well, your teammate rushes out. I think you should rush out if one of your teammates is. You kind of have to play as a team there. But, you know, I understand what you did, and I understand why you did it. And you get killed by a revolver. That's a shame. You hate to see it. Can we just analyze this bot, if I can? Look at the aim. Look at the aim, dude. That's the premier crosshair placement we expect. Looking at those buildings, just enjoying the sights he can see on Dust 2. Alright. You force buy here. This is force buy. You definitely force buy as a T. CT, okay, maybe you get more nades. As a T, it's pretty much accepted meta that you force buy. And yep, you get the deagle. That's, I mean, I'd prefer to see armor. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd like to see armored eagle. But the deagle is still respectable. You're still forcing. I don't know why none of your teammates have armor. That's a bit weird, and I don't usually see it. But, yeah. I'm assuming you're just, responding to him in chat. Nope, you were just... Okay, headbutting a wall. I don't like it. Okay, no, I think you're just responding to in chat unless you're waiting for the push, but there's a lot better spots to wait from a push for, especially because, listen, if you're waiting for a push B tunnels, this is useless because you already have 3 teammates in B tunnels. They're already waiting for the push, so you either wait for the push B tunnels with them or you wait for the flank, which is what you're doing. And yep, you kind of read this right on, and you get the kill. And that's a decent way of how to make an eco work. Kind of like, okay, well, we're gonna wait for the CTs to make a mistake, because with our guns, and especially without armor, we have to make, the CTs have to make a mistake for us to win, really. Unless this guy goes insane on a retake with only a revolver, which would be kind of, you would also hate to see it. Oh, that's a good job by the T's there. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's an awful job by the CT there, buying only a revolver, but you... Very rarely do you see like people just not hiding and kind of taking that engagement full on, knowing well like they can't kill both of us at once, especially because you already knew he had a revolver. So you're kind of like, the revolver isn't going to kill both of us at once. We're going to kind of push. I don't like buying the AK there. You could have kept them from Moss. Whatever. Running down mid, get your pistol out or your AK out, dude. You don't know if there's going to be a guy holding it. But here you do. But I would like to see it earlier. You kind of see a guy mid. Why is your knife out? You knew there was a guy mid. Let me talk about this. If that wasn't a bot, you'd be dead. Because you had your knife out. Instead of your pistol, which is a deagle, so it's capable. Or your AK, which was... It's not like it really matters here. Oh, let me get to a certain spot quick. Well, I mean, you're already like bottom mid. Just get your AK out, man. If that was any of these guys, you would probably be dead, except the guy with the USPS only. You get full blind cat, and yeah, you kind of just, yeah, that sucks. Okay. That sucks. Your teammates still shouldn't have been this close with bomb. This is why you don't push first with bomb. Your teammate should have been behind you, or you should have had bomb. And you die from, I think, mid, and that's a good job by the CTs just sandwiching the guy cat, and the reason they can afford to do that is because they had bomb. Because, okay, well, the bomb's cat, so they definitely have to commit cat. Even if they're flanking, they have to commit cat. So we could try to sandwich it, because we know that's where they have to commit. Again, if you didn't have bomb there, that's just a pick. Once you have bomb down there, that's pretty much a round. It's a 3-on-2, though. We're not going to say the round's over yet. Let's move on to see how the T's play this. We're going to move on to the T that kind of the CT, sorry, that has to be the playmaker. He has less health, but he also has the gun. And the better positioning, let's be real. So what he's doing, let me just clear decalls. I think, no, it doesn't work with them, yeah. So what he has to do here is kind of an immense clutch. And he has to watch his flank. This is smart. It's the right play, but it's a tough one. And the T's played that poorly. I would have liked to see 2 guys cat, right? These two guys up cat, and that guy site. And you guys just try to pressure him at the same time. That's the ideal world. It's a lot harder to execute in reality. But you, like, on site, that guy just kind of died for free. There's no point in him dying other than doing, like, 20 damage. Because these guys didn't capitalize. They didn't capitalize on the fact that this guy had to be distracted from bomb. So if you put 2 people cat and 1 guy on site, and the guy's site, you know, kind of walks up, and as soon as he peeks site, you tell the 2 guys cat to push. Not only because, okay, he's distracted, but also if he goes back, he's pretty much certainly dead off the damage this guy on site does to him, and off the fact that he's going to get traded by 2 Ts. Now he has a chance. Very low one, but yeah, he had a chance, and then, you know, he died. So he still won the round. You have 3.9k. Getting a drop here might be useful. I don't know. But you should buy armor for sure. Maybe you're chatting. I don't know. No, you get, okay, get your guns. No nades, and you're gonna solo long, and what you maybe want to do here is fake him out. The two B players, okay, it's an eco. I like this play. I like this play a lot. They smoke mid, they know it's an eco, so they have to play more unconventional, and I don't like the, why are they buying helmets, man? And they push lower, and it may pay dividends, let's see. But you're in the big playmaker spot, so let's see what you do here, because these guys, let's pull up the map. They're full focused on this low engagement here. What you can do is do a perfect flank pretty much, but you have to not be scared of that smoke. And it's risky pushing smokes, especially on an eco where they could be holding it. But when your teammates call out like two guys lower, you kind of have to help him here. Let's see what you do. This round kind of depends on you, let me be honest. Unless these guys win the fight, which is also possible. They don't win the fight. Yeah, you have to push. Well, you hear a guy cat, so it's not the worst decision. Yeah, it's not the worst decision. Because that was a bit of a not crisp kill. But you guys tunnels won the fight, so it's not the worst decision, but I still would have liked to see the push the smoke. As soon as you hear the guy cat pushing, then yeah, that's the right decision. So, okay. Now let's see how you play this round too. One of them is the bot, but I think he's controlled by someone. So you're kind of just messing around in tunnels. I don't like it. Maybe you're waiting for a pick, but it's a 4-on-2. You already have a pick. And yet they trade, and then you trade back, so that leads to a win. You play it well. Team plays it well. Not much to say there. Get nades. Either drop or get nades. Come on, dude. You can get nades. You can get nades. I believe in you. Just get nades. No. What is... Well, no, man. Okay. Yeah, this is a mistake. Because your team literally has no smokes. Maybe they used one. I heard a smoke go down, but you should have gotten nades. You gotta help your team here. You gotta help your team here. I understand waiting for the flank, but when bomb is committed first like that, you kind of have to help your team. Like, let me put it this way. When bomb is rushing out, you have to rush out with bomb. Pretty much. It's kind of how I believe it should be. And I don't think the bomb should be rushing out in the first place, so I think if you're going to kind of wait long, yeah, like, watching the flank makes sense. But if you're rushing out long, I think it has to be 5 people rushing, because it's very unlikely the CTs on a buy are going to be rushing mid or anything. And this guy isn't rushing mid before you ask. This guy's just rotating and try to flank, and you kind of bait, quote unquote, kind of play the passive, and you get the kill. So it's a bit of not an impact kill because bomb's already down and round's pretty much secured. This CT shit has no reason to push. Why is he? Oh, he won the ace, I guess. Okay, but never push there as a CT. Just hold bomb and wait for your teammate again. If we can go back to the idea of the playmaker, this guy's the playmaker. He kind of can creep up mid. He knows that you were previously watching it, so he probably won't. But if there's going to be a playmaker, it should be this guy, not these guys pushing long. They should just hold Blum and not get overzealous or greedy. Yeah, they shouldn't get greedy. Okay, just do shift F2. That's a lot easier. Bro, you're nutty. I mean, that was okay. Now you should try to reset them. You should buy back here, and you should also get nades. If you don't get nades, I'm going to be a bit upset. Oh my god. Okay. Well, let's see. Are you okay? No. Okay. Get nades. Do you have like this aversion to buying nades on CT side? Do you think they're like less useful than on CT side? Because nades on T side are still pretty useful, so just buy them. He shouldn't have pushed upper tunnels, but as soon as you heard that flashbang, you have to watch it. On everything. Whether that be A main on Cash, whether that be A main on Mirage. Some places I get like the pass, like, okay, B apps on like Mirage, okay, well they kind of have to jump and make more noise to push it. But when you hear that flashbang, you have to give respect to that, and you can't jump with your knife out. That's just your mistake entirely. Don't get me well, your teammate died first. You should have traded that kill. You should have had your gun out, and you should have traded that kill. You shouldn't have had your knife out, and it's more unexcusable because you heard the flashbang, and that's kind of an indicator that it's a possible push because they're willing to devote utility that blinds people, and that's just a telltale thing. Okay, I'm just telling you that uploading this will take a long time because it's more than an hour. You get the scout and you get. Why is this the round you get full nades? I'm so confused. Okay, let me just. Okay, I'm focusing on what you're saying. But let's also break that down. That was so silly. First off, here's a little tip that not ever this isn't gonna cost you anything, and pro players still do it. But if you're gonna watch mid, you probably should buy nades after you watch mid, because there's always the risk that you die. So it's a lot better. Let's just watch mid. Okay, and I saw whatever cross. I'm going to fall back and play the round normally, and then I'll buy nades. And matchmaking, I have a long time to buy after the round starts. Second off, why are you buying nades the round you have a scout and your teammate's forcing? And, you should have been buying nades before. And third off, it's a bit unfortunate that you died there. Yeah, I mean... I'm responding to you. I'm sure you can see this, which I probably shouldn't do. Probably should make things more private, but I don't really care because nothing really matters here. Alright, round over. It was eco, and you guys kind of got, unfortunately, demolished. I would have preferred to see, well, I don't know how much money you had. I would have preferred to see, let me be honest, an armor pistol. The armor pistol is like a lot less risk. A lot less risk because, okay, it's armor pistol. If we lose it, we still have more money for next round, and, you get like what? It's like $1,400 investment if you just get Kevlar and Tech 9. Even less. If you just go like full all-out spot, I think you only had body armor, scout, and like full nades, that's like $3,000, and that gives you very little utility for this round. And it looks like this round you're gonna eco an armor pistol. I would have preferred to see that maybe nades along with your armor pistols. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see your money situation last round. There is 12 minutes apparently. You're gonna scout mid again. What? This is the trap I see people fall under way too much. You don't full force here. You don't full force. You make it... Yeah, this is a sketchy buy, and that's very, very, very generous. You have 3 scouts. I don't know if that was communicated, but that's awful. Because you have to take a site. You can't just get picks mid. You also have to take a site. Yeah. That's, unfortunate you died, and, no real mistake other than the scout versus the op, and you kind of missed a shot, but the scout's very unlikely to win. The mistake really here is you should not force. This is where you should have, I think you should have saved last round and bought this, but even then, you bought last round, okay, bad at call. What's round 3, actually? I don't know. I'm kind of skipping out what's happening. Your guys got B, too. But still, you just can't go all in because next round you're gonna have such a sketchy money situation but you're gonna feel compelled to buy because I'm not gonna play for tie, right? I'm not playing for tie. I'm assuming you lose this round. I'm not playing for tie, so I'm gonna buy again. Now that's 3 straight really sketchy buys, and I'm sure it's gonna happen again. You guys, let's look at the scoreboard. Have no money other than this dude because he only bought pistol armor, deagle armor. I think the helmet was unnecessary. And because of loss bonus, you can afford to get like an AK, but you could have got so much more utility. You could have played more conservatively and maybe have made it win here. I don't know if you win and come back here. And yeah, kind of falling for the same guy mid, I don't know. but you know, there are more mistakes there. I think buying those 2 rounds in a row was a pretty bad idea. Peeking is a duo. That's a smart idea. You always want to trade like that. Ooh, and that's a roast to your teammate. But listen, man, I can't back you up on that roast because I saw you bait your entire team long, dude, trying to watch the flank. I'm half joking. But come on, man. No big deal. There's the flash long, flash tunnels, and yeah, I like it. You get your AK to peek at this time, instead of jumping with your knife out. Check car, and you guys are gifted B-side for some reason. No real reason to peek CT. You know they have like 80 ops. You know they had a good op or mid. Don't peek CT. Don't make it a 3-on-3. Just play the 4-on-3 post plant. You know they have a million ops. You know retaking B is going to be really hard with those ops. Play it safe. Yep, and you get burnt. Now you put your teammates in a 3-on-3, 3-on-2. I think your teammates should win it because they're retaking with ops. But that's just a mistake that shouldn't happen if... Okay, let's see. This guy's gonna go for it too. He's that kind of player. With the revolver, dude. What a god. Alright, so he's checking one corner. He's gonna go check sight. He checks car. Jiggle peeks it. Finds the man. That's smart. He jiggle peeks it. Sees there's a dude. Okay, I saw there was a guy. Let me use my op now because I know there's a guy there and I can I know, because again, the bad part of the op retake is that you don't know where to focus on. Well, you found the guy, so you know to focus there and then it's a kill. And that's what I mean by it's so bad to retake with the op. He didn't know to focus on tunnels, and then he gets burnt from insight. So you're a bit lucky you win that round. Too many mistakes I saw. Probably the last 2 guys should have played a bit more together, but, you know, he couldn't really play together by crossing door because there's an op there. It's risky. You get your utility and you get a drop. That's nice from your team. You run to long while you have bomb. Yeah, I'm sure you'll kind of realize, oh, I have bomb. Let me go with my team. You're gonna rush B. That is... I'll give you credit. That is a very brave decision that I don't really like when you have full utility. You're using all your utility in the post plan, which, you know, generally you use some to take the site itself, but you're also gifted B again, and you fake plant. That's IQ, dude. 200 IQ play. You fake plant. You're kind of hoping the other team makes a mistake by pushing door. I like that play. And this should be a pretty clean win. These guys kind of peek one by one. As to their defense, you kind of have to through window and door. This blood guy, of course, gets a kill. You do a nice job getting that kill, and now you're going to go use the Tech 9. Free-firing it isn't necessarily stupid, but I don't think you even need to peek that. It's a 4-on-1. That guy should have been running, honestly, to save. 11-14. Is this comeback going to happen? Judging from the length of the demo, it will. Or at least it'll get a bit closer. So they're ecoing. I don't know what their money is at, but that's a sketchy eco. This guy has a lot of money. This guy has, the sad boy guy has so much money. So, okay, I can understand that full utility buy. Why is this brew dude full buying? Why? Why do you have the M4? There's no reason. No reason at all. That's a huge misplay by the CTs, and I wouldn't be surprised if their brew guy having no economy costs them some future rounds. Maybe not the game, but that's just a bad decision. It makes sense for these guys to get armor because they have so much money from rounds previous that their eco can be a bit upgraded compared to some other guys. Like this blood guy, for example. This blood guy didn't have that much money. He full ecos. This sad boy guy has a lot of money. He can go with some armor. This brew guy had like a lot of money. Okay, so you can get pistol armor. You don't go for full M4 buy. What are you doing? Okay, and I'm missing out on the action. As, oh my god, if they win this round, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry really hard. And they do win this round. That is sad. That is actually very sad. And I can't really analyze what happened that went wrong because I wasn't watching, because I was ranting about a bad economical decision. And he picked up the Negev over the M4, which, okay, he got it back. Yeah, but that was probably a misplay. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of regret missing that out. I'm kind of sorry that I couldn't analyze that. But what you should have known, that was a bad play by Brew. That could have cost them a lot more than it did. So you're gonna spot mid here. Let's see what you do. You see one cross. You see cross. I think you go for the wall bang. Excuse me. Excuse me. You don't hit it. You call it to cross. This is where you should take advantage of the fact you don't know if anyone's mid. Yeah. And you do. I don't know if you called that explicitly to your teammate, but if you did, that's a good job by you. Because that's a smart play by Houndies to kind of see, okay, only 2 cross, let me try to exploit mid, because either they have no one on B, or 1 person on B, which isn't a lot, or they have nobody on mid, or one person, which isn't a lot. So you can still exploit it. Blocking your teammate, smoke the cross. You saw him cat. I'm pretty sure you saw him cat, unless I'm blind. You did not see him cat, I'm blind. A lot of time to mess up a smoke. That guy planning in the open isn't smart. Let's just talk about that. That's a really good plant, but planting in the open when it's there, it's just so bad, honestly. Could you imagine if the guy CT kills him and costs you the round? That's just, that's cry-worthy, and it is a timeout, so I'm gonna go get a drink. But you should just probably plant for long, which is still exposed, but more conservative than planting open to CT, where, like, that's a no-no in my book.
Pull yourselves together. Stay here. Hold this position. Stick up on me. Cover this area.
I can't thank you enough for that timeout. I'm actually really thirsty.
Hold this position.
Let's get back to you. Let's look at the buy. I got 2 ops. I'm imagining they're gonna spot down mid. They're ecoing. Let's see how their money's at. Oh, I don't like it. Blech. I don't like this at all. Let me put it this way. You have so... Okay, I understand where they're coming from. And I'm gonna just pull up the timeout, because I'm gonna go through a lot of the logic you'll see CTs pull. Now, let's look at the scoreboard, right? They full bot, basically. They're buying, except this blue guy who's kind of playing a bit more conservatively. He's not getting the armor. He has the most money. A lot of the time, you're gonna hear CT say, let's buy this round. We're gonna have to save next round anyway. So, for example, you win a round and then you lose a round. Well, that means you have the littlest losing bonus that you can get. So they're going to be like, well, if we save this round, we're still going to have to save next round because their loss bonus is still very poor. So let's buy here. I understand it, and sometimes it does make sense. That's the logic people have if you're wondering. Sorry for going kind of off topic here, but if you lose CT pistol round, buying the next round is the same logic. We're gonna have to save this. If we save after we lost pistol round, we still have to save on the 3rd round. So we might as well buy on the 2nd round. Here, I would have actually rather see him save. Especially because they have enough money for all of this. I would have just seen some P250s, and maybe, no. I would have liked to see a bunch of HE grenades just tossed long, because, like, okay, just might as well kind of go for the, who cares play. It's eco. You have so many rounds to play with. It's 13-15. Let's say you lose the full eco, right? 13-15, you can get maybe armor pistols. You'll have like 3.7k, maybe a bit more. An armor pistol. 14-15, that's when you go for your full buy. You kind of go all out. However, I understand this play. I just don't agree with it. Let's see how it plays out. So you're both watching mid. I would just much rather just watch the left edge. It doesn't actually matter. This is kind of relevant. But you see the 2 cross, and I think this is where you have to make the call, make the read. They're putting 2B, and they're basically putting no one mid, and that's where their bot would be playing if they had a player. They'd put 1 mid. See, this is where I think you should make the read. Let's take advantage of mid. We've seen only 2 cross twice in a row. Last round we had one of, I don't remember which one, but I mentioned it. One of your teammates took advantage of the fact that they didn't have many people mid. I think you should just kind of tear open mid. Nice. It should be an eco, so you kind of play more passively, watch it. As the oppers, you're not taking the site, because that's where rifles are really for, especially on B site. So you watch the push. Excuse me. And you come back to help your teammate. You don't know where last guy is, but he's not on B. Just get the plant down. I'm not going to watch you, because I want to see how this guy plays it. He's going for it because he has nothing to save. He has no armor. And that deagle... Oh, he gets wrecked immediately. Never mind. But it was a smart play. He had nothing to save. The deagle isn't going to help him next round. And are they... Actually, are they on eco territory? Yes, they are. So that deagle would have helped him. Actually, I would have liked to see him save because I didn't know he had this little money. That deagle would have been a bit more helpful. But no, no, why? No! I just vomited. This spy is depressing. Listen, I gotta take back that compliment on Sad Boy for playing a bit more passive with his money when they were saving. Because what is this buy? Why? And this Blood guy, why is he getting the P90 without armor? I'm so triggered. He had money for body armor too. If you're full buying with the P90, get armor with it too. This is a huge mistake. This is why you come back. Because they make such an unbelievable economical mistake. They've costed themselves about 2 rounds. 2 possible rounds that are on equal footing because they just refuse to buy. Planning for cat, not that smart. Or planning for long like that when you don't have cat isn't the smartest. You could give them an easy one. Awful. 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 Look at what they're gonna buy next round. Look at this money they have. We're gonna just pause, like, look at this money. It is so bad. Because they decide to buy there. That's just unbelievable, and that's what's gonna lose them the game, or tie them the game, because I'm assuming you're coming back here. Look at this guy, because this guy has... Okay, I'm gonna pause this. Because this guy had the genius idea of buying full out, again, with the helmets for some reason. These guys, like, just get body armor, dude. They have full AKs. They're buying. They have so much money. They're gonna get AK ops. You don't need head armor. This guy, the genius idea, let me get a P90. Let me spend $2,600. He got 2 flashes and a P90, no armor for whatever reason. Let me get 5.7 full utility kit and head armor. And okay, well, you did it. You lost because that was an eco. You're not buying really together or well. Guess what you have on the final deciding round? A deagle. Which could have been an SMG if you skipped out on a flash and the head armor, which you probably should have. I'd much rather have the UMP than a deagle in the deciding round. These guys have 0 utility because they bought last round. They have just M4s. Cut out the head armor and get a smoke. I'm actually kind of upset at these guys. Like, this is a big mistake. And these mistakes are adding up. These guys are playing the economical game so poorly, which is pretty crucial as a CT, where it's a lot tougher. And this Blood guy is AFK. Okay, he gets a scout, because he buys that round, because he gets the P90. He gets a scout, skip the CZ, skip the scout, skip the head armor, get a FAMAS. The economical decisions are really puzzling me, and they're costing them rounds. You're watching the cross, kind of. I like that idea by your team. Let's get a third op to watch the cross, and when we're actually playing the round, I'm gonna get my AK. That happens a lot in pro games. I believe, most infamously, when Fnatic got like those 5 ops to watch mid, and then just went back to like 3 or 4 AKs after they got the pick mid. So that's smart, and yeah, you just go back to 1 op. And you're gonna kind of peek B after that flash lands. You should probably be pre-scoped before peeking wide. First off, you wide peek, that obviously not the best play. But you should be pre-scoped before this headshot box, because people do play it, and then you can clear headshot box, and then move on to barrels, and like clear that more methodically. Let's see how this plays out. Your team gets wrecked, I think, from window. You see there's one guy. Oh, why is the bomb leading? This is... Don't get me wrong, you might have lost the round, or might lose the round for many different reasons, but the bomb being down super exposed to B is definitely one of them. That's just a mistake. But you spot both people at B. You have a nade. I'd prefer if you threw it there. Yep, you kind of missed that shot. Happens, but you get it back, but a bit low now. That's tough. That's tough to swallow. These guys are going to have to make that 2v3 happen to have a chance. Let's see. Who's the playmaker here? Okay, we're gonna go on the guy with the most likely chance of the engagement. This guy, and this guy mid. He whiffs! That's his kill! He needs to get that kill. That's bad. This guy's gonna have to try and clutch it pretty intense for it to work. And it's unlikely, because the bombs dropped at B. He sees the smoke. That's honestly, with you have that big a man advantage, I'd prefer you not to throw the smoke and just take the engagement if you have to. Then yeah, then you lose this. That is a shame. That is a run that maybe pushing B that hastily wasn't a smart idea, but just leading with bomb is really kind of what hurt. And these CTs had awful economical decisions, but GG, you played pretty decent, you know, obviously not the best on your team, but you didn't make like crucial mistakes. I don't think like, you just kind of whiffed here and there, obviously, you know, but, you know, GG.